Today I'll be giving you guys the most in-depth guide on all of YouTube for Evomons. And by the way, there will be timestamps below so you can skip around to whatever you want to watch because I'm covering literally every single topic in the entire game. Well, I feel like it'd be the most natural to cover the catching mechanics first in the game. So when you walk up to any Evomon, you'll begin a battle sequence with them. And over here on the right, you can select a move, whatever move you want, and you can do damage to them. And after you do damage to them, then once you defeat them, you'll have a chance to catch them using any of these balls. Now to quickly explain each of these balls, this one is the most default ball that you have unlimited of. This one is the advanced ball that guarantees capture. This one is the King's Ball, which guarantees it for it to be SSS tier, which is the highest tier out of all the different talent ratings. The talent ratings range from, I'm pretty sure, D tier to SSS tier. So definitely SSS is the highest. And this one is SSS tier, but it also guarantees it to be prismatic, which is this thing down here, the prismatic. You see prismatic, and prismatic just makes it, it's like a shiny variant in Pokemon. It's purely cosmetic, while the actual shiny thing here at the very bottom, the shiny, the 0.2%, that one, not only does it change the appearance cosmetically, but it also does provide a little stat boost. So I don't really like this pebble guy right now. I'm just gonna get rid of him, just get him out of here. But let me show you exactly what kind of stat boost it does give. So we are going to go into our index here, and for example, I have the regular version of Lavite and the shiny version of Lavite. So Lavite here is a Evomon, a really good Evomon, and it has normally a base stat of 365. But if we go to the shiny variant, we can see it increases to 374. That is why you do need the shiny version over the prismatic version or over any other versions, because shiny versions actually do provide a little bit of a stat boost. So in your first hour of playing, generally what you are going to do is you're going to head through here and probably catch a lot of these Evomons. They are really good. So just keep them in your inventory right now and release them later on. And you're definitely going to defeat Aaron over there in a duel. You know, defeat all these NPCs in a duel. And later on, do that world boss all the way down there. And in your first hour though, what I highly recommend is for you guys to go to Petal Pond and catch yourself a Clampip. Clampip will be this clam looking guy over here. He is the earliest water type you can obtain in the game, other than the water starter of course, and that is because at Lava Crag, in your first hour of gameplay, here is what you should do. You should grind up this area, but only grind up the Lavites, because here's the Lavite creature that I was talking about before. This guy is 4 times weak to water. That is why you need the water type from the previous world. And Lavites here are literally like top 3 best Evomons in the entire game. That is why you definitely need to catch those. Now after the main catching mechanics, let's cover the Evomon specifically. So on the top right menu here, we can see this little furry creature icon. Click that and it will bring us to our Evomon team, where we will be able to see all of our different Evomons by clicking the bottom left box icon. This is our storage. We can store up to 150 of them, and a bit more if we have the Game Pass unlocked. And also this is going to be the egg icon, where you can hatch all of your eggs that you have obtained. I'll probably talk about eggs later on more in depth, but let's just get into the actual Evomons in here themselves and explain to you what is going on in this menu screen, because you guys are likely very confused. So I'm just going to get rid of all my Evomons and go straight to my starter, which honestly your starter is not that good. You're going to replace it soon, that's why it's only level 41, but your starter is guaranteed to be triple SSS talent tier. Now, what do these talents mean? If we click on the question mark, it shows us exactly what it means. The triple S tier, it means that it is buffing up 3 specific stats for a certain amount. And it feels like, for example, just single S tier, then buff each stat for, I believe, 12 stat points. And, you know, obviously, the worse talent it is, the less it buffs up your stats. So definitely try to get triple S tier on any kind of Evomon you're actually going to be using. And the stats you want to buff up depend on what kind of a role your Evomon plays. For example, Tarragon here is probably the best Evomon in the entire game, and this is going to be a very tanky tank. That is why I have my talents all on bulky traits, such as HP, my defense, and my special defense. And for reference, what are the differences between defense and special defense? Defense just blocks against regular physical attack, and special defense blocks against these magic attack. And because here it's like a not magic attack, but like special attack and regular attack. You see, those are the 2 differences and the corresponding defenses to them. Then we will get to the nature. The nature here is a specific kind of like you know, whatever however your Evomon is feeling, and it is going to decrease or increase specific amount of stats. So you don't have to remember the specific nature name, just remember what kind of stats it increases and what kind of stats it decreases, and obviously you can reroll each of these as well as the triple S tier as well, the talents. You can reroll that one. And for example, on this guy, he is a tank, so I'm going to buff up his HP because I mean, it's a tank. What else would you buff up? Next up is going to be the traits. The traits, these potions, the reroll potions, will be more expensive and more rare compared to the other two potions that are used to reroll the talents and reroll the nature. And what the trait does is it's like an added on bonus. It's like an ability inside of Pokemon if you've ever played Pokemon before. So there are going to be, it's going to range from a rare to epic to legendary abilities and traits. And basically, each one of them, they have their own little bonus. What I recommend though is if you guys do have a tank, to either get Tough Skin or Vital Guard. If you guys can get Prime Form, obviously get that one. But Vital Guard is probably going to be the best one overall because a critical hit can really mess up your entire game. And when PvP comes out, a lucky crit can literally make you lose the entire match. So definitely get yourself Vital Guard if you can. If not, like Tough Skin, or honestly, any trait will be better than no trait. So just reroll, get a single trait on all of your actual Evomon that you are going to be using, and then work on traits later on. But I'm just going to say that Prime Form is definitely the best trait. And obviously, first of all, it's a legendary, so it is going to be very, very difficult to get. But also 70% less damage while at full HP works really well on this Evomon, as this Evomon has healing. And I am going to cover Evomons separately later on, so don't worry about that. And next up in the Evomons category, we also have more equipment to cover. So these are going to be the equipments tab. They will be unlocked at around the late game, well, not really late game, like mid-game-ish. So you guys will definitely just keep it in mind, alright? So there are going to be 3 different types of equipments you can obtain. One is going to be an attacking equipment, one is going to be a defensive equipment, and one is going to be a utility / like just anything else equipment. So we can see there are multiple different kinds of equipment here, and they all belong to different sets. Now the purple ones are going to be a part of the rare category, meaning not rare, but epic category, meaning that they require level 90 on your Evomon to equip them. So because my Terragon's level 114, it is able to equip these epic different talismans, and they all have different effects. For example, the one that I have currently active increases my special attack and increases my speed. Next up, this one is going to be mainly defenses, and I actually have a couple of legendaries in this category. And if we take a look, the legendary ones and the mythic ones, mythics are unlocked later on in like late game. Nobody has those just yet. But the legendary ones, they do provide you a little bit of a passive trait if you do have the full set obtained. For example, this guy is a part of the Ancient Lava Beast set, and these guys are also part of the Ancient Lava Beast set. And we can take a look, each of these sets have their own unique passives. For example, this one is more of a defensive one, raises defense and special defense if your Evomon falls below 50% HP. This one, it just heals you, restores 10% HP when it's in battle and doesn't attack. So for example, if you use a status move, such as, I don't know, if your Evomon uses like Leech Seed, which doesn't exactly do damage on that turn, but it does like damage overall, but technically it doesn't do damage just yet, stuff like that, you know. So equipment, I won't get too in depth with it because that's kind of mid game. And last but not least, we have to cover the moveset of every single Evomon, because well, no, not every single Evomon, but just like movesets in general. So when you do level up your Evomon from like, I don't know, level 40 to 50, typically it's in increments of 10, you will be able to unlock different kinds of moves. And we can take a look at my Evomon right here. It unlocks moves at like level 120 and 140, so definitely got to get to those levels, even though these moves aren't exactly that good. But yeah, you just, every time you level up, you do get more moves. And we'll just go to my starter for this one, because this guy's level is quite low, like look, level 50, 60, 70, and there are better and better moves. And by the way, just for reference, the best kind of moves against bosses will be ones that do a lot of max HP damage. For example, I have this guy over here, and Sandstorm Eruption does 6% of max HP damage to all non-ground and non-rock Evomon. So that is going to be really good against bosses, or it could also be someone like, where is my Wispuff here? Oh my goodness, wait, hold up, give me a second. Yeah, Wispuff right here. This guy does like poison damage, which is 2% max HP damage, as well as hallucination, which is 2.5% max HP damage. So in general, you will have to prioritize max HP damage against bosses. Aside from that, they can just go for a different stab damage, and I think it is confirm that stab damage does exist in the game. We aren't sure by what percentage, but we're pretty sure that it exists. And in general, your Pokemon, no, not Pokemon, but your Evomon won't be learning moves that are not its typing. Like, typically, Terragon will only be learning grass type and a dragon type moves. And if you do want to learn any other type move, like bug type or psychic type, poison type, then you will need a specific kind of skill book for it, which we will cover later on. Okay, now that I have finally done explaining Evomons, let's start explaining a shop, like the shop just a little bit. So in here, you will be able to buy a lot of exclusive items with Robux or with certain kinds of gems. And gems, the only way to get them as of now is going to be from the VIP here. I don't know why it's only from VIP, but I don't really think it's worth it actually, because these items, you can just buy them naturally throughout playing the game. There's no need to pay to win for these items. And next up, let's talk about quests. So there are going to be 3 different types of quests that you can do. Number 1 is going to be daily quests. Daily quests, when you do them, they are very, very easy to complete. And once you do them, they give you player XP, which is the main source of player XP in the entire game. So if you guys do find yourself stuck at crucial level points, such as like level 28, 29, or like levels 35 to 39, then you definitely need to do your daily quests every single day. Not only will you complete them and get some coins and player XP, but you also go along the bottom path over here, and at the very end, you do get yourself a King Ball, which is very, very good because that is the best ball in the game. Well, basically tied with a prismatic ball, and also you get some Battle Pass EXP, which is going to be this little guy down here. Battle Pass EXP, you can progress through it. There is so many levels to it. I don't know why there are so many levels, but it does give you some really, really nice rewards. Like, just take a look at what it gives. It gives, like, Enhanced Stones, it gives, like, King's Ball, it gives, for example, Prismatic Eggs, which are eggs that have the, I'm pretty sure, is that Shiny or Prismatic Mutation? I actually don't know yet. I think that's a Prismatic Mutation. But yeah, it gives you a lot of different great, brilliant rewards. So definitely you gotta go ahead and do those dailies. Next up are going to be the world quests. The world quests are given by one NPC only, which is Lillian. Lillian gives you every single world quest in the entire game, but it corresponds to every single island. So for example, like Lava Crag will have like Lava Crag Lillian's world quests and so on and so forth. And each Lillian world quest goes like this. It first gives you a specific kind of quest that is unique to every single Lillian. For example, I think I have a couple here. Like, look, clear the raid 1 time, or claim World Boss Challenge rewards 10 times. This is going to be from every single Lillian, and there is no level requirement to accept them. So what I highly 100% recommend is you, as a level 1 beginner, or whatever level you are, go to any world, because for some reason there's no requirements just yet. They are going to add in the future, so definitely go right now. Go to any world you can, quickly go to the world and talk to the Lillian of each respective world. I don't know where this Lillian is, but for example, let's just go to like Crystal Cascade, okay? And where is my Lillian? Okay, couldn't find that Lillian, so I just went to Netherland here and went to this Lillian. And you can catch any single quest from any Lillian in the entire world. Like, I have level 114 Evomon, I'm level 43, yet I can go to Netherland, which is a late game region, and I can accept quests from Lillians right now. Now, the first quest they do give you is going to be, as I said, it's unique, but after that, then they're going to give you the exact same quest, which is catch 50. And it's going to be catch 50 of every single area that Lillian is from. For example, Verdant Valley Lillian makes you catch 50 Evomon from Verdant Valley. Last but not least, the quest achievements. These quests are going to be purely cosmetic. They do not give you anything other than a cool title that you can equip on your character. So there really is no point in trying to chase these quest achievements, as they don't really do anything for you. Now let's actually move on to the battle pass, level rewards, and all of these 3 goodies over here. So starting at the very left, this is going to be your shop. You can get your daily coin pack every single day, and if you guys do want to spend Robux, I recommend you guys buy the daily capture pack, daily evolution pack, daily equipment pack. Everything in the weekly section is not worth it. I don't know why it's so expensive, never buy any of those. Next up is going to be the battle pass that I talked about, and one major question that I get asked so many times is Astronite here, this cool little guy on the left, is it premium only? Because you take a look and you see Astronite on the premium tab, but not on the free pass. So the answer to the question is, no, Astronite is not premium only. You can actually get Astronite free to play, which is the Astronite egg over here. Now, if you are pay to win, then you can get the Astronite shiny egg at level 1 right now. And also, you can also get more Astronaut eggs at the throughout, like going through the battle pass, but you can get yourself a lot of free Astronaut eggs as well. And I don't know why they give you multiple Astronaut eggs, but there's one at level 7 on the battle pass, and there's also one a little bit further away if I can actually find it. Did I skip through it? Okay, no. One at level 35, which also gives you the shiny variant, and so on and so forth. You can actually get Astronauts for free without being paid to win. Next up is going to be the level rewards, and in here you are going to be getting different rewards based off of leveling up. And if you do want to spend Robux, I highly recommend you spend it on this one because it gives you so many good stuff. It gives you like King Balls, it gives you Prismatic Balls as well. I mean, it gives you also like Evolution Stones and Omni Stones, which are going to be used very helpful for evolving Evomon, and you will be bottlenecked by that later on in the game. So definitely go ahead and claim your rewards from here. And now let's explain the index, because while the index does seem like a simple almanac where you access every single Evomon that you've encountered during the entire game, the index has a lot more secrets than what it seems to be. Because the index, first of all, every time you discover or capture a new Evomon, you do get some EXP from it. Some player EXP, which you are gated by, very, very helpful. So if you guys are stuck at like level 28, 29, definitely go ahead and get as many of these Evomon as you can, especially because you are not gated by your level to go to any area. So you as level 1 could go to Thunder Cliffs right now and try to defeat the end boss of the game, even though I would not really recommend it. Then, also, the shiny variants of each Evomon will also give you more player EXP. I'm pretty sure it gives double the amount as the normal variant. So if I got like shiny Lavite and shiny Lava Rock, that is again a lot more EXP. So definitely go ahead and do those as well. And last but not least, for each of these Evomons, if you click on them, you'll be able to see the base stats and how they are spread across every single Evomon. But if you don't see them, and you do like see them over here and they're not just a question mark, it means that you've seen them in the game, but you haven't actually obtained one. That's why you can't see these stats for them. And now I just want to briefly talk about the invite rewards, because you can invite new players up to 16 to get a whole lot of these rewards. So if you are thinking about it, then let me just tell you which ones are worth it. Because number one, the amount of coins this is very, very little. These starters are really, really bad. Even if you do, like, I don't know, you started with this starter, then you'll be able to get the other two starters. They're really, really bad. The starters are all really bad in general. These traits, reroll potions, are actually really, really good. And so is the Prismatic Ball, but this is really bad. So either stop at 8 or stop at 12. Don't go for 1, 3, 5, and don't go for 16. And now let's talk about the different suits or classes inside of Evomon. So there will be many, many different classes for you to choose from, ranging from uncommon all the way to eternal. And let me just tell you, all the classes before, like rare and before, are really, really bad. These classes, they do absolutely nothing for you. They're really, really bad classes. Never go for any of them. The epic ones, there are a couple that are really good, and let me just list them all and just tell you what they do for you. So first of all, it is going to be Catch Master. Catch Master, I actually have it right here. We can also show the appearance of it. It increases your capture success rate by 10% and gives you +1 capture chance. So normally you only have 2 chances to capture an Evomon, but now you have 3 chances to capture. Next up, it is going to be Vanguard. Vanguard gives increased first turn damage. So typically this is used for when you're grinding, and if you don't have enough damage to one-shot an Evomon and you do 80% of its HP, adding on Vanguard will allow you to one-tap them, which is very, very helpful for grinding. And I don't think any of these, the rest of these, are actually kind of mid. Maybe Breeder is fine because it does give you extra EXP, but you're not really gated by Evomon EXP in the game. You're more so gated by the player EXP. Then from Legendary, the main ones that I do want to highlight are going to be Elite Hunter and Guardian, because both of these are from bosses. Elite Hunter increases your damage you've done to bosses, and Guardian decreases damage taken from bosses. But Guardian is actually better, as Elite Hunter just speeds up you defeating the bosses, but Guardian actually allows for you to defeat bosses even if you are severely underleveled, because that 11% could very, very well be used to cheese certain bosses. And obviously, if you get anything mythic or eternal, definitely go ahead and just keep those. If you guys are curious, you guys can go ahead and left click them and you can see exactly what they do, and they are all very, very OP. You can also spin your current class by pressing spin here. It costs 2,000 coins, or you can use a lucky spin, and the lucky spin odds are on the right here, and it will guarantee an epic or above, which are normally all very good. And now let's talk about items, which this is going to be very, very long. It's a very long section. But let's just start with the different potions. So I already talked about what they did previously in my Evomons category, but let me just show you how you can actually obtain them. So we all know that you can obtain them from the shop. Over here you can buy them as well. Or it can also be obtained from this shop up here. You can buy the 3 different types of potions. But aside from that, it could also spawn from the wandering trader. Or wandering merchant, wandering trader. It will appear on the campfire, this campfire area. Oh yeah, the traveling merchant, the campfire area of every single Evomon place. So do keep your eyes peeled. It restocks once a day, so definitely every single day, go and teleport to all of these areas. Or sometimes it will show up in the chat, and it'll be like the wandering merchant has appeared in Lava Crag, and you'll have to go and teleport over there as well. And another way to get those potions is to clear and get these chests around the map. Not all chests are guaranteed to give you them, but some of them will give you some of these items. For example, let's just open a couple of chests around here, and oh look, there we go. We got ourselves a talent vector potion. And these chests, they respawn very often across every single island. So you can actually just go all around all these islands, just collect all of your chests and get a whole bunch of potions that way. And now with the potions done, next up is going to be the summon tickets. The summon tickets can be used at Summon Ruins 1, Summon Ruins 2, and Summon Ruins 3 over here. And each one of them will require summon tickets in order to actually summon bosses. At the Summon Ruin, simply talk to the monster summoner on the left, and you can use your tickets to summon each type of boss that you would like to summon. And they will give you fire element stones, exchange tokens, and a couple of other goodies for defeating them. Each one of the exchange tokens you get from the monster summoner can be used at the exchange merchant. And you can also get yourself a couple of, oh I forgot about this, but guys, can get yourself some potions from here as well. But what I recommend you guys do is to spend it on likely the evolution stones and omni stones, as you'll probably be gated by the amount of these stones you can get. Because EXP fruits, you can grind infinite XP, nature reroll, and talent vector likely won't be the most impactful point of your playthrough. So definitely get your evolution stone and omni stones. Now, in order to actually get yourself as many summon tickets as possible, it is highly recommended to go to probably the weakest area that you can comfortably one-shot the Evomon and defeat them, because I don't think it really matters the level of the Evomon that you defeat, but every single Evomon has a small chance to give you guys some summon tickets. Next up, the enhanced stones and the refined stones. Each of these stones are just used for each equipment specifically. So we can head back to the equipment over here, and you are able to upgrade your equipment at, I'm pretty sure it's the main city, at the equipment upgrade center in the main city. You are able to upgrade your equipment that way. So that is how you can use your enhanced stone and refined stones. So this is kind of mid game. Next up, we finally do get to our evolution stones and our omni stones, which are the main resources used to evolve your Evomon. There are also each type of element stone of every single type in the entire game over here. I'm pretty sure I have one of every single type. And let me just show you exactly how it works, why you need them. So let's just go to Wispuff, for example. And if I click evolve, we can see that we need ourselves some evolution stones, because every single Evomon needs evolution stones. And then you will need different stones of different element stones of their type. And so this guy is poison type and psychic type, so he will need a lot of the poison stones and psychic stones. Though if you do not have the materials needed, as you can see, we can exchange our Omni Stones to fulfill that requirement if we do not have it. But I don't recommend you guys use your Omni Stones that way. I recommend you guys save your Omni Stones for the certain types that are actually really hard to obtain. Because if we head here to the Summon Altar, this is going to be the best way to guys can get yourself a couple of stones. But we can only see 6 different types here, and the rest of the types will be at Summon Ruins 2 and Summon Ruins 3. And at Summon Ruins 3 especially, there are going to be a couple of types that are really hard to obtain these stones for. For example, it's going to be at the very bottom, stuff like Dragon type is super difficult to obtain, and I'm pretty sure there's no other way to obtain yourselves any kind of Dragon element stones other than from Tarragon, which is level 180 boss. This guy is basically impossible to defeat at this stage. So highly recommend 100,000% to save all of your stones for different types of Evomon that are really hard to level up, because your Omni stones will be used the best that way. And if I see anybody in my comment section say that they use Omni stones to level up like a fire type, I'm gonna crash out because fire is like one of the easiest types to get the element sound for. And even if you don't use it at the summoning altar, you can still get it at the world boss of the fire area, which is literally the 3rd world. And now let's move on to our balls and potions. So first of all, these balls, I've already showed them how you can get a lot of them through my previous sections there, but these balls will guarantee triple S tier talent. You guys probably already know this. Next up, it is going to be these potions. This is one way you can use to cheese different kinds of bosses, although it's not really that recommended, because if you need a potion to defeat a boss, that likely means that you will need a potion to defeat the boss after that, which is not that good, because you're just going to be spending potions over and over. So likely you're just getting too far ahead of yourselves, and just stay back and, you know, grind some XP before you actually try to defeat those bosses. This is going to be the PP potion, which heals 5 PP for all skills. That is basically useless. You'll never see a case where you run out of PP and you're not able to just defeat your opponent. Next up, it is going to be the advanced balls, which is the ball that is used to 100% guarantee the capture of an Evomon. But advanced balls aren't really that good, because either you use any of these special balls to guarantee triple S tier talent, or just use a regular ball, as there's really no need to use an advanced ball. And now I will cover the eggs, because there are going to be different ways to get eggs and different kinds of eggs you can get. So first of all, you can get yourself the Astronite egg from the battle pass here. I think I've showed you guys already how you can get those, like the Astronite shiny egg. But regular eggs you can defeat by just defeating the bosses or defeating the Evomon of every single world. So you can, I don't know, like go to Shiver Snows and just defeat any of these regular guys, and you'll be able to get an egg for them. Although the eggs are really rare. But from the eggs, the only egg that you really want is going to be the shiny version of an egg, because regular eggs are all epic. As you can see, these guys are all epic, and they guarantee an S tier talent, which isn't that good because you typically want to guarantee triple S tier. But this guy, it guarantees shiny, and shiny is really good, as shiny provides you a buff to your stats. That is why if you do get yourself a shiny egg and you want to hatch it, do definitely make sure to use your prismatic ball or your king's ball on it to guarantee it's triple S tier and shiny. And if you use prismatic ball, then it's triple S tier and shiny and prismatic, which is literally every single buff you can have on a single Evomon at a time. So definitely go ahead and do those as well. Last but not least, in the inventory category, we will talk about skills. There's going to be many different types of skills, and you can teach them to your Evomon. And these skills, some of them are really good. Like, they can basically change the way your Evomon is able to react, but do keep in mind that there is stab inside of the game. So definitely don't want to get ahead of yourself on that one. And for those of you that do not know, stab stands for same type attack bonus, which makes it so that typically in Pokemon, if you use the exact same type as your Pokemon is, then you'll get a 50% more damage boost. But in this game, we aren't too sure as to what that damage boost is. Anyways, if you talk to Daisy in the main area here, you will be able to actually teach any of your Evomons these skills that you have obtained throughout your entire game. And now let's get to the moment you guys have all been waiting for. What are the best Evomons in the entire game, and which ones should you actually spec your stats into? Now, because this isn't my dedicated Evomon tier list video, I do have a couple of those on my channel already, so I'm just gonna quickly tell you guys like probably my top 5 picks as to which Evomons you do want. So, number 1 is definitely going to be Lavite / the evolved version of Lava Rock. And this is mainly because of one move that it has. Well, actually 2 moves, but mainly one move. And that one move is going to be Fatal Rebound, also known as Counter. Because when hit, counterattacks for 1.75 times the damage received. And because Lava Rock is so notoriously tanky, it's able to take a lot of damage and send it straight back at your opponent plus extra and deals so much damage. And also it does have the ultimate move, which knocks up a Sandstorm, and Sandstorm does 6% max HP damage, and it also works against every single boss Pokemon in the entire game, which is why it is so good. In order to get yourself a Lava Rock or Lavite, it will be in Lava Crag, and I believe I've already showed you guys how to get that one. As for number 2 on this list, it is going to be Targon, which is probably debatably the best Evomon in the game, or the second best, probably tied with Lava Rock. I don't exactly know which one's better, but Targon does have more strategies with bosses. So Targon is so good because it has the move Seed Bomb. And Seed Bomb isn't even gated behind a very large level. I'm pretty sure you can get it at like level 60-ish. And Seed Bomb, look, it gains 1 stack of Gross, and Gross restores 8% of max HP at the end of turn, which basically means that you can get 10 stacks of Gross, you can heal to full HP every single turn, and you will literally be unkillable. And the best moveset is going to be Seed Bomb combined with, let me take a look. Meditate? Well, Energy Absorb is definitely up there, and it's, okay, it could be Hone, because Hone does increase your attack, and you will definitely run out of PP for your move, so you will be using a couple of Hones, or you could run Leech Seed in a more competitive setting, but although Leech Seed does not work against bosses, so do keep that in mind. And if you guys don't like that as well, Dragon's Claw is also good because it does max HP damage as well, like 7.5% max HP damage. And as for Tarragon, it can also be used as a mount. As you can see, I'm riding my Tarragon, and it can be found over here in the world of Mirkwood. My next Evomon for you guys is going to be Bluebird. Bluebird, which evolves into Volcrest. Bluebird is really good, mainly because of its utility off of one singular move that it has that makes it so OP, which is the move Gust. And this move is not even really hard to obtain. It can be obtained, I'm pretty sure, level 50 or level 40. And the reason why it's so good is because it inflicts a stack of Bleed. And Bleed, when damaged, takes additional damage equal to 5% of its missing HP. So the strategy is that you have this bird up here, you send in the bird in the boss fight, you use Gust, and then it does bleed damage, and then you also send in this guy, Lava Rock, and you do Sandstorm, which is 6% max HP. So Sandstorm constantly whittles down the opponent's HP, combined with its HP being whittled even more by Bleed, and it does even more damage based off the missing HP that the opponent has. So these two combo together very well to create really good utility to defeating basically any single boss in the entire game. And this Bluebird / Volcrest can be obtained on Raven Ridge, which is a level 75 area, but one thing that you guys do have to keep in mind, do not grind the Volcrest King for it, because while you guys might look around and find no Bluebirds around, you guys can only find these Chirpies, which are really bad Evomon. If you go to this specific location, which is hidden all the way up here, I don't know why it's hidden, but it's hidden on the tree trunk, you gotta run all the way around here, gotta climb these vines as well. It might take a little while, but after up here, then there we go, you can find yourselves a couple of Bluebird spawns, 2 up here, and 2 down there, which I don't know why they spawn all the way up here, but they just do, so go ahead and get yourselves that. For my 4th Evomon on the list, it is going to be Wispuff. And Wispuff is really good because, first of all, its poison matchup is really good against Tarragon, and I'm pretty sure it's 4 times effectiveness against Tarragon, so it does insane damage to a meta Evomon. And second of all, it's got a whole lot of utility. I mean, Poison does 2% max HP damage per turn, Hallucination does 2.5% max HP damage, and persists after switching out. I mean, this person's got so much utility, and there's also so many better moves, but unfortunately, I don't actually have a really good Wispuff right now, so I can't exactly say how OP it is, but I know that everybody's saying that Wispuff is OP, so definitely grind yourself a triple S tier, at the very least, triple S tier Wispuff, maybe even a shiny Wispuff. And for reference, Wispuff can be obtained in Netherland over here, level 150 area. And last but not least on this list, it is going to be these guys that I'm releasing right now. But I actually do have an evolved version, which is over here, Frostseer. Frostseer is really good because first of all, it is Ice type, which means it is 4 times effectiveness against Tarragon, and also against the other meta Evomons, it's 2 times effectiveness against Bluebird, and it is also, actually, no, it's just 2 times effectiveness against Bluebird and 4 times effectiveness against Tarragon, which is really good. So, I mean, this guy is super effective against 2 of the, basically, 4 other meta Evomons. And not only that, it's got some amazing AoE moves, area of effect moves, which makes it really good at defeating different dungeons. For example, the daily challenge over here will require you guys to obviously do a daily because it does give you guys 2 free passes, but when you guys are doing it, an AoE attacker such as Frostseer is so good because, like, look, Glacial Field does damage to all targets, inflict a stack of frostbite. So like Glacial Spike, which is, I'm pretty sure this is learned as soon as you obtain the Evomon, and it does 45 damage, which isn't that good, but it's to all targets. So again, if there's like 3 or 4 different targets, that's going to be a massive amount of damage. And last but not least, I do want to leave you guys with a little bit of a treat. So this is going to be a very quick guide to how to AFK farm in the game. Because you guys are definitely going to need AFKing to get yourself a whole lot of shinies and a whole lot of levels on your Evomon. So, for example, I've gone to Amber Acres over here, And Amber Acres, it is a relatively simple area, but these guys, these mud buds, are 4 times weak to ice type. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over, we're going to put this guy at slot 1, and I'm only going to equip a singular move on it that I want to use, because I am going to enable the auto mode. So there we go, we have that. And next up, what I am going to do is I'm going to hold my forward button and my arrow key. And, okay, well, I got in a battle here. I'm just going to leave that real quick. Hope you guys don't mind. But I'm going to hold my arrow button and my turning key. And I'm just going to press this button. I'm going to press the chat. And after pressing chat, I'm not touching my keyboard. It's just going to AFK and spin around. And why it's so good over here, to stop spinning, you got to do the opposite side and then chat as well. There we go. But why it's so good over here is because these guys are so clumped together compared to any other area on the map. Like, those guys over there, that's like normally what Evomons are, and they're just so much further apart compared to the guys over here. And also, I one-shot them. So, basically, when you do this, you start it up. Oh, no. Oh my goodness, okay. You start it up, and then you go ahead and you fight these guys, and you just want to just leave it on AFK. You can do 2 times speed if you guys have that, and turn on auto definitely, and it just automatically defeats these guys. And also turn on auto capture as well if you guys do want, but it does flood your inventory with a whole lot of these mud buds, so do keep that in mind. But yeah, that is going to get you guys a lot of XP. And if you guys do have yourself Tiny Task, and you guys do are wondering how do you AFK with Tiny Task, well, how you are going to do it is you are first going to press the map icon, and then press whatever world you got to go into, like Amber Acres, and press teleport. And then from here, wait a couple of seconds, and then make sure you are click chat to disable it, and click up here to whatever Evomon you have, and then just run around, keep on running forwards, maybe run forwards and then run to the left and run to the right, and just go in a circle motion until you find someone. Well, not until you find someone, but after you find someone, keep on repeating the motions so that even if you don't find them, you are just defeating them that way. And just keep on repeating that, and just for about an entire minute. Now obviously I'm not going to do it for an entire minute because I'm doing a guide right now, but yeah, it's going to automatically catch these guys, and just going to be keep on spamming the movement keys. And once you feel like you have had enough, just spam the W key, hold W, just go forward until you get into a safe area, and just for about a minute, because you might be in a battle beforehand. And afterwards, then safely click the menu up here, then click Amber Acres, whatever world you're going to, and click teleport, and you just reset the entire thing. So that is going to be the entire guide. If you guys found a little bit of value, make sure to subscribe. I'm almost at 100,000, and I'll see you guys in the next video.